So what he was talking about was money. The brother was talking about money. The brother's talking about a stimulus, which we've been waiting for. Now, I think it was today, or may have been yesterday. I think it was today. Nancy Pelosi, good friend of yours, not mine. Nancy Pelosi went on a little rant today with a reporter from CBS because the reporter from CBS asked her a question like, hey, Nancy Pelosi, why didn't you take more money before? Yeah, Nancy Pelosi, like, you didn't take the bigger money for the stimulus. The House Democrats didn't want to take the big money. But now you want to take smaller money, and now you say that's a better deal to take less money and give to the people. It's kind of hard to understand. Could you explain? And she went like she got pissed off. And this is usually what people do when you catch them lying, or they're wrong and you caught them out, and you called them out. They got loud instead of like, focusing. She got loud. Here goes the clip of Nancy Pelosi getting irate because she's caught being Nancy Pelosi.
And getting the rest of the half at a later point. She had made that position pretty clear for some time. So I asked her earlier today if that was a mistake.
You don't have to accept half of a vote months ago when you said, I'm not going to accept half a vote.
Look, I'm going to tell you something. Don't characterize what we did before as a mistake, as a preface to your question, if you want an answer. That was not a mistake. It was a decision, and it has taken us to a place where we can do the right thing without other, shall we say, considerations in the legislation that we don't want. So we're very pleased at where it is. And as I say, with a Democratic president committed to a scientific solution for this, with the idea that we will have a vaccine, it's a complete game changer from them.
So she's saying the big difference now is that Joe Biden is coming in as president, and then since he's president, they could get more of what they had been seeking at a later time, which is why she says that the posture and the dynamics have changed on Capitol Hill. So she's making she's not showing any remorse or regret for her position for some time, saying that we'll eventually get the big package that we have been looking for.
So I just want to make sure that everybody's clear on this, okay? Because I had to watch it a couple of times. What he was asking, ostensibly he was asking, Nancy Pelosi, the earlier package that you had, that the Democrats came with a proposal, and then the Republicans said, no, that's too much, and they came up with a proposal. Then the Democrats came back with another proposal, and Republicans came with a proposal. The Democrats turned that proposal down, and now they're taking another proposal, and I think this one's even less. So it's like, okay, so why'd you do that? Obviously, you screwed up. If you could have took the first deal that was given to you, it would have been a lot better for everyone. And Nancy Pelosi says, no, we didn't make a mistake not taking that earlier deal. We made a decision. Okay, Nancy Pelosi, you made a bad decision. That's what you made. A bad decision, okay? Now, let's talk about, and she says, and the reason for making a bad decision and why it's okay is because, well, we got Joe Biden now. Yeah, we got Joe Biden now. We know he's the ruler of all things. He's the king of kings. He's a man upon man. He's going to restore the soul of America. So all these people at home that are struggling, the long lines for free food, the food lines, and the people that don't have the oil to heat their homes in the winter, it's getting colder. All the kids that aren't eating because they used to eat at school, missing lunch and breakfast, all the unstable food situations, all of the people that are looking at an eviction, all those folks who are hurting like hell right now, guys, they're okay because, bam, Joe Biden got elected. Now, just to crystallize that, because we're going to talk numbers, here goes the brother from CBS breaking down a little bit further the differences between the package that was on the table that the Democrats could have taken and the one they are now taking.
How does the deal that she had but turned down months ago compare to this deal that's on the table now?
Well, she had been pushing for $2.2 trillion, which was down from more than $3 trillion in aid that the House passed back in May. The Senate Republicans, of course, did not want to take up that $3 trillion package, which is why she went down to $2.2 trillion. And then the White House came back up and said they would be willing to go up to about $1.8 trillion. Now, the White House package at the time, Brianna, it was not very detailed. There were a lot of questions about exactly what it would entail. Pelosi did not like the direction that they were going, and Senate Republicans were resisting going up to the level that the White House wanted. But Pelosi was not willing to go with the White House's proposal at that time, which was what led to the breakdown before the elections. But right now, what's clear is that this proposal, if they accepted roughly $900 billion, is much less in scope and size than what the Speaker had been pushing for some time. But it's something that both sides believe they can agree to, as so many people are waiting for action.
Okay. So just so we understand what we're talking about here. Because if you watch that clip, some of you watch it at home, you'd have been like, you probably wouldn't have watched it, but keeping it real. Some of you wouldn't have watched it, but understand what he's saying. The Democrats wanted $3 trillion. $3 trillion. The Republicans said, no, it's too much. No. So then the Democrats said, well, we'll do 2.2 trillion. Okay? 2.2 trillion. The Republicans said, nah, that ain't good enough. We'll give you 1.8 trillion. Democrats didn't want to do that deal. They said 1.8 is not enough. 1.8 is not sufficient. 1.8 is garbage. Really what I believe it was is the Democrats did not want the Republicans to have a win. They didn't want the Republicans being the ones that said, yeah, we decided, yeah, we did this for you, America. Because they wanted to beat Trump. So they didn't want anything, they didn't want the Republicans to be able to say, we did this. So they said, nah, 1.8, that's not enough. And now the deal that Nancy Pelosi won't admit is not a great deal is half the 1.8 trillion. It's 900 billion, Johnson, what is exactly half of 1.8 trillion. She wants you to believe, and she wants me to believe, she wants us all to believe that it's better to have $900 billion as opposed to $1.8 trillion. Okay? That's like saying it's better to have $5,000 than $10,000. Oh, it's better to have $1 million instead of $500,000. No, it's better to have $500,000 instead of $1 million. In what world does Nancy Pelosi think we live? In a world where there are no calculators? In a world there's no 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4? Nothing? Nobody has fingers to count on? Nancy Pelosi's full of shit, okay? This deal, it's not a better deal because Joe Biden's in there. This is a better deal because it's the only deal you can get. And the clock's running down. And you want to spin it. You want to spin it like all things. That's what politicians do. Politicians spin deals. But it's very obvious that if all things being equal, making twice as much is always better. It's always better to make twice as much. If you were offered a job, they say, well, we'll give you this job. It's $100,000. I dare you to say, no, I don't want the $100,000. Stick the $100,000 in your ass. Give me $50,000. You got a deal. That's what the Democrats did. Okay? Why come Wolf Blitzer can't explain it like that? Because Wolf Blitzer's a liar. That's why. Why can't Anderson Cooper explain it like that? Because I don't know. Anderson Cooper, not a straight shooter. This is what Nancy Pelosi and the House Democrats did in this, okay? The leadership did. Not every House member. It's not every House member's fault, okay? Just like everything is not every Republican's fault. But this is the leadership. This is the team. When you wear the jersey and you do the wrong thing, you get the stick, okay? You get the stick or take the jersey off. Here's the deal. They went up to the job. They applied for the job. When they got to salary negotiations, they said, I won't take $100,000, give me $50,000. That's what they did. And that $50,000 is not for them. It'd be dumb as hell to do that for yourself. They did that for all of us. They did that for all of us. It ain't even about them. It's about us. They're negotiating on your behalf. They're negotiating on my behalf, my kids' behalf, your neighbor's behalf, neighborhoods, communities, cities, All of us. And instead of getting more, they got less. And now she wants to get angry. Nancy Pelosi, you shouldn't be angry. We should be angry, not you.
Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't be fooled by corporate media talking heads misleading the people. Get your news and information from an entity that keeps it real. Tim Black. Tim Black is the host of The Tim Black Show. Independent news that leaves you informed, inspired, and sometimes entertained, but always in the know. Go to timblacktv.com and sign up today. The Tim Black Show is news for people who can't stand the news. See you there.